All right, so the amount of blunders in the Christian church when it comes to the Bible that they claim to believe in is actually horrendous. So I'm going to just, before even breaking this down, I'm going to just say it like this. Go read Romans 9, and then go read what it's quoting in Hosea 1 and 2, and check out the difference. Instead of the word Gentiles in Romans 9, it uses the house of Israel in Hosea 1 and 2. Now, for some reason, Christians think that Israel is just Jews for some reason. It's ridiculous because there's 12 tribes of Israel, and the 2 southern tribes are Jewish. There's still 10 other northern tribes that have lost their identity throughout time because way back in 2 Kings 17, they worshiped your modern day Jeremiah 10 Christmas tree. They were booted out of the land for 390 years, according to Ezekiel 4. And then because they didn't return, that punishment was sevenfold, Leviticus 26. And as prophecy says, their seed was devoured. The seed of Israel was devoured. They lost their identity. Right? But in Hosea, it says that I know Ephraim and Israel is not hid from me. So that's why it's also mentioned in the New Testament that God is able to raise the seed of Abraham out of these stones. And if you were Abraham's seed, you would do the works that Abraham did. So the house of Israel is going to start springing up in the end days, like Isaiah 44 says. They're going to surname themselves Jacob, and I am the Lord's, and I am Israel's. Or I am Israel. And they're going to do the works that Abraham did. You know, he heard God, and then he obeyed his voice. Well, Christian church already failed that last box to check. They didn't obey anything. And you can see this in Colossians 3. You can see it in Ephesians 5, that the wrath of God is for the children who disobey God and his son Yeshua. And I'll put it like this. Yeshua came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Those are those 10 northern tribes I was talking about. So he came to bring salvation to the Gentiles because that's where the house of Israel was scattered into and devoured by. So all who want to graft back into the commonwealth of Israel have to keep the covenants of promise, like Paul says in Ephesians 2. And if you don't do that and just claim that you're a Gentile, you're without hope and without God in this world. You're cooked. Like you're absolutely fucked. That's what Paul is trying to tell you. And the covenants of promise are the 10 commandments and eating biblically clean. The only 2 covenants in the Bible that came with the promise. Genesis 6 through 9, the rainbow covenant. Don't touch the blood. Don't touch things strangled. As it's described in Acts 15, it's talking about the rainbow covenant. Eat biblically clean. There was already a distinction between clean animals and unclean animals at Noah's time. And Noah chose to eat the clean animals and even took them on by 7s and the unclean on by 2s. And then the other one's the 10 commandments. And that's what Paul tells you in Ephesians 6. The 5th commandment is the first commandment with promise. It's a covenant of promise. And honoring your mother and your father means to teach your children the 10 commandments, like Deuteronomy 6 says. So to think that you're just going to rat your way around obedience and think that you're better than anybody else and you're highly favored and blessed and you don't have to obey God, well, I'm sorry to burst your bubble here, but the only 12 gates into the kingdom of heaven is the 12 names of the 12 tribes of Israel. Revelation 21. And the bride are the ones that are, blessed are they that do his commandments, the 10, for they have a right to enter in and eat of the tree of life. But without her dogs, sorcerers, whoremongers, idolaters, and everyone who loves and makes a lie like this. So quickly repents.